Hey y'all, it's All of Destiny. So, in this video, we'll be doing our nails and a matching pedi, sis, because if the toes don't match, send her back, okay? So this is how we're starting off with my natural nails. I'm going to start off just by using the nail drill. Y'all be asking me where this from. I don't remember. I'm gonna have to find the nail video from when I first reviewed it, because I don't think I put their name in the title because it wasn't sponsored. They just gifted it to me. Either way, besides the point. But when you do your nails, you want to kind of push back the cuticles, roughen up the nail bed, because obviously the acrylic, you want it to last and, you know, be on the nail for longer than a day. If you don't have a nail drill like this, you can definitely just use a hand file, but now that I do have a drill, I like to use it so that the more I use it, I can get better with doing it. So I'm swapping out the bits, and this one helps me to really get the cuticle area really clean. So once I repeat that process over all of the nails, I'm going to use this little nail brush to remove all of the nail dust so we can see what we're working with. What you're working with. What you're working with. Also, I want to remove some of the dead skin. I'm just going to use this little cuticle nipper thing. Mudjiggy job. I don't know. I'm going to file the nails. I know a lot of y'all like to file in one direction. So, you know, I don't like to do that. It's quicker to just go in both directions. This is the nail liquid that I'm using by Super Nail. I'm going to pour some of that into the dampen dish. All of the products will be listed in the description box down below. We're doing like a mixture. Some drugstore, some high-end, you know, why not? I'm taking the CND nail primer and I'm applying that all over the nails. I like to do 2 coats of this. You want to apply your primer all over the natural nail. If you're not using forms and you choose to use nail tips instead, you won't need to apply the primer to the nail tip because it's a fake nail tip, so it won't need primer. I forgot, but you want to kind of roughen up the nail bed a little bit before you do the priming step. But again, I like to show you all exactly how I did it, so don't make the same mistake I did. Roughen up the nail bed, remove the dust, and then apply your primer. I like to do 2 coats. It always just works best for me, makes my nails last, you know, a good amount of time. For primer, not primer. For the acrylic today, I'm using the Beauty Secrets acrylic nail powder. This is the clear one, since I want to do clear nails. And I'm taking the long hair Pretty Nails. This was her collaboration with Alpha Brush. This is the brush number 8. I recently purchased these reusable nail forms a few nail sets back from a local store here in Memphis, but I can find anything similar on Amazon. Of course, y'all know I got y'all. It'll be linked in the description box below. So notice how I dip into the brush and then I wipe off the excess. That helps me to get a good ratio, or what I thought was a good ratio. So I'm dipping and wiping. I kind of do it fast, but then I pick it up and I place it onto the nail. When I do my first ball, this is the one where I'm building the shape of the nail. Since I want stiletto, basically I'm pushing left, right, like working all the product towards the center to give me a point, if that makes sense. And then after that, that's when I go back in with another one, and I think I only needed 2 this time around. So I'm going to place that one near the cuticle. It looks like I'm pointing my nail up in the air, but it's facing me and the cuticle area is pointing down. Just a little tip: if you find that the acrylic rushes towards your cuticle area to cause lifting, I sort of point my nail towards myself in a downwards motion. That way it runs towards the tip of the nail and not back in the cuticle area. Okay, so moving along to the next nail, applying some more primer. Like I said, I like to do multiple coats of this throughout doing the nails. I edited out the majority of me building this nail. Any footage where that was like blurry, it was pointless to me. But I'm going to go ahead and basically do the same thing. If you find that some of the forms are in your way, if you tap the nail and it makes that clicking sound that we like, you can remove the form. That way you can keep working more easy. So I'm picking up more of the product. Basically, I just kind of do like a downward sweeping motion to get the bead or ball on the nail. I began by applying the product towards the tip of the nail, but notice that it also sits just a little bit towards the middle of my nail bed. That will help to give me strength at the apex, which my nail won't be flat and it won't break. So then I place that second one there. I start off by sweeping both of the sides and then I sweep the middle, but notice that my brush never goes all the way back to the cuticle area. I sort of let the acrylic kind of level out, if you will, on its own, and I mostly just work with the sides before I sweep the top portion down. Work with smaller amounts to build the nail. That's how I learned, so I've never shied away from doing that technique. To make sure that my brush will be clean the next time I use it, I use the remainder of the acrylic liquid and rub it around in there, and then I wipe it on the paper towel and it'll be good to go. So for filing, I first start off by using my hand file, and then I'll switch to using my drill. When I do file my nails, I kind of touch them a lot. I feel like looking at them with the naked eye, you won't see all the ridges, but if you rub across your nail, you'll feel where you need to do a little bit more filing. And if not that, when you put the polish on, if it's any lumps and bumps, it'll let you know, like you're gonna see it. So just spend a lot of time on the filing. That's what I do. Or if not that, I do my best to make sure that my application of the acrylic is as neat as possible because it saves time on the filing steps. And to kind of seal off that cuticle area, I go in that direction with either the nail file or the drill in one direction only, to really level that off for me. After that, I'm going to go ahead and wash my hands to remove all of the dust. But of course, as I know magic tricks, ooh, now that my hands are all nice and clean, we're going to do the buffing step. Actually, sometimes I do the buffing while I'm washing my hands underneath the water, but once I get my camera set up, I don't like to move it, so I had to do it on camera with you guys, trying to show you all the difference here in a buff nail versus one that's not. So now, on to the fun part. Let's do some nail art. Sometimes I receive packages in my P.O. box that don't say anything, so I don't know where their brush is from. Someone just gifted it to me one day. But I'm taking the Beauty Secrets Sculptured Nail Powder. This one is in white, and I'm going to use this little brush to basically do some 3D flowers. I don't know why the brush was putting those two little lines there, but you know, 3D and just a little more flavor. I was like, okay, we'll roll with it. But to do a flower, basically you want to wait until the ball, when you place it on the nail, let it lose its shine. When it looks dull but it's not fully set yet, that's when you want to press into it. You'll know if you press into it too soon, if it bounces back like elastic. You need to let it sit a little minute, and then I turn the brush to the skinny side, and basically you want to slice it in half, and then you begin to press these sides together, and that gives you a little point tip on the end, which makes it look like a flower, or at least that's what we aim for. I sort of got out of the frame slightly, but what I'm doing next, I'm going to take another dab of the white acrylic powder. I'm going to place that in the center, and then I'm going to use a rhinestone to sit that on top of it. Basically, I'm using the acrylic to hold it onto the nail, and I'm just going to press that into there, and while the acrylic is setting, it's going to all sit together. I'm going to use this gel color top coat. It's actually not a color, it's clear, it's a top coat. This is by OPI, and I'm going to use this to adhere my rhinestones. Ways around this, if you don't have a UV lamp to use the gel to be able to cure it with, you can put your top coat on with nail polish, but maybe use a nail glue. That really holds rhinestones very well. I also purchased these again from a local store in Memphis, but I'm going to Google the name on Amazon and link something similar below. I won't even bother mentioning the shape. You see it. Put it on the table, Destiny, let them see it. So I'm trying to open that with one hand while curing that one finger. I like to multitask. I'm showing y'all really how I be doing my nails, okay? How I be doing. Yep, how I be doing. So on this nail, what are we doing? What are we doing? Okay, I'm looking at it, yeah. So I'm going to take one of those, put it in the center. This is sped up because it takes forever to pick these rhinestones up. So this is like 8 times fast. If y'all really want to know how long this took in real life, yeah. So I'm just placing them around. The good thing about gel, what I do like compared to nail polish, or if you use the nail glue, I can work with this for as long as I would like, and it won't cure until I put it underneath the lamp. For every clear nail, I like to do polish on the back side as well to really make sure you can see all the way through the nail and it has a nice shine. I'm going to go ahead and take this color of choice. I'm behind on my voiceover, so I already missed the name, but you saw it. And I thought I wanted to do that on the pinky and the index finger, but I'm taking that off again. Then I'm going to take this color by Wet n Wild. It literally says nothing, but I think I found it on Amazon, like I said, so I'll link it down below. And then I'm going to take the OPI Chrome Effects. This was my first time using Chrome. Basically, I read the instructions, watched the video on YouTube. You're supposed to wait on the nail polish to dry, and then you kind of rub it around. It gives you this cute little look. But since I had like a gold one, I bought this one because it was on clearance. Obviously, it was my first time trying it. I just wanted to see. But I didn't like the way it looked with this design. It's cute, but we'll try that another time. So I thought I wanted to do white. I was like, let me see what it'll look like on the white. Didn't want to bore you all, so I deleted the footage of what that turned out to. Then I'm trying it on top of the pink. So basically, the way the chrome looks is dependent upon the polish that's underneath it. I did notice that. Now, moving right along, I'm teaching you a lot in this video. Now I'm going to show you how to do water marble, but without the water. Normally when you do nail polish, you wipe off the excess. When you do water marble without water, you don't want to wipe off the excess. You want to take it out of the bottle and just let it just drop all over the nail. Try not to get it everywhere, but you know, you can't mess this up. I mean, you can, but you can't mess this up. Put your droplets on there with your color of choice, and then take something with a point. I'm using the same thing I used to push back my cuticles. Yes, it's been cleaned at this point. You just want to swirl that around. Maybe you can do zigzags, or you can make a S or the figure 8, something like that. But you want to touch it ever so slightly. DIY little hacks. You can also use a toothpick. You can use a pencil. You can use an ink pen. Anything with a point will get the water marble done. Next, I'm going to do just that same pink color on the pinky. We're going to take the gel top coat again. Once the polish dries, most ask question, how do you know when the polish is dry? I don't. I just kind of look at it and I just know. I just know, sis. I just know. But make sure it's dry. If you cure a nail, if you put gel on top of polish that's not dry, it's going to wrinkle. And it looks funny. I got a few. My pinky looks like that right now, but we won't discuss that. In this video, you can't see it. But if you use gel, you need to cure that underneath a lamp for 2 minutes. If you use nail polish and you put a top coat on there, wait for it to dry. I'm taking alcohol and I'm just going to wipe off the tacky layer or the inhibition layer from the gel. Basically, it's like sticky to touch after you remove it from underneath the lamp, and I'm just going to wipe all of the nails down with that and finish off with some cuticle oil. Also, that lamp as well I got from eBay. I can't even get into my eBay account, nor do I have a link. I don't know why back then I didn't link it. Like, I found my old video from when I did the unboxing, but I can't find the link to that either. When I search leopard nail lamp on Amazon, they don't even have one, but I'll link a nail lamp down below to finish off with some cuticle oil because it makes the nails look oh so luscious and oh so good. Look at this. I'm sorry to toot my own horn, but I really do this. Wow, they look amazing. I'm so glad I finally stopped procrastinating doing my nails. It just takes me a while because I'm like, do you really want to commit 3 hours to sitting still doing your nails today? I'm gonna watch this video next time and say, yes, Destiny, you absolutely do. And now it's time for the matching pedicure. The last time we did my nails together on my channel, this is what we came up with. Okay, I take it back. I'm lying. This is not what we came up with. But if you saw that video, then you know what we were looking like prior to, you know, needing them to be done again. So I'm going to take these cotton pads, 100% acetone, because nail polish remover alone will not soak off gel. If you only have polish on your toes, nail polish remover works perfect. So I'm going to go ahead and use the soak off clips. They wouldn't fit the big toe, but they're working perfect for the pinkies. They actually have soak off clips for pedicures. Maybe I'll place those in my Amazon cart. So let that soak for about 15 minutes, and we're going to go ahead and file that off gently, of course. This is when I knew, Destiny, it's time for you to do a pedicure. The gel on my big toe, I hadn't even soaked it, and it was just, I could just peel it off from the side. So I'm going to drill off more of the excess, but for the look that I'm doing, it didn't matter if I wasn't able to get all of the gel polish off of the big toe. You all will see soon. Trust the process, you'll see. I'm adding some of the Dr. Teal's Pink Himalayan salt to the water. I added too much, but it's cool. My feet needed to be soaked anyways. My heels were tired. So I'm taking the Jenna Perfect Pedi pedicure pack, add some of the soak to the water and let my feet soak for about 10 minutes before we begin working on them. And there's also this little pumice attachment that I occasionally rub my feet on as well. Next up, I'm going to use my cuticle pusher to clean underneath the nails. I'm also going to proceed to file and shape the nails. Normally, I file my nails after we're done with the process. I don't know. I'll admit I was rushing my pedicure. This was the next day, by the way. I didn't do my hands and feet in the same day. I'm going to go ahead and use this small little razor to remove the hair. You can also choose to wax this off or to use a razor to shave it off. Any excess dead skin, I'm going to use these little nippers to clip that away. I'm taking the Sloughing lotion by Jenna. It comes in the little pedicure kit, and this basically removes all of the dead skin. So you're supposed to pat your feet dry. Like I said, it was late. I wanted to do this but didn't want to do it at the same time. I'm forcing myself, but it's cool. So you want to just kind of massage that around the entire foot, and as you continue to work this through, massaging in circular motions with sort of a firm pressure, it sort of just sloughs away the dead skin, and it'll start to look like, you know, when you erase something in school and then you gotta wipe all of the shavings off to the side. That's what it'll look like. So I'm going to return my feet back to the water and using the excess that was on my hands to remove dead skin there as well. After that, I'm taking the Pedi scrub. This is an exfoliating gel, and I'm going to use that basically to smooth the feet out even further. Your feet can actually be a little bit damp for this step, and you just want to massage the feet all over in circular motions. I did review this kit in depth in another video. I didn't use all of the items in this video. This is kind of my way of doing, like, let me do my feet, but I don't really feel like doing all the steps. So next up after that, returning my feet back to the water, letting them soak a little longer, I'm going to take the Pedi foot file. There's a coarse side and then the other side is a little more smooth. So I'm starting off with the coarse side, filing my feet, and then I'm going to flip it over to the other side to make sure that they are a little more smooth. And you want to pay attention to any rough areas on the feet when doing all of these steps to make sure that you're getting off all of that dead skin. So a little story time here, since some of these next steps are more self-explanatory, because on Instagram Live, one of you all asked me how and why I got into doing my own hair and nails. I was going to tell this story on Instagram Live, but I was like, I'll include it in the video because y'all wanted me to get off of Instagram Live so that I could do the voiceover and get this video uploaded. By the way, right here, I'm just gently pulling up the rest of the gel after soaking them and then pushing back the cuticles. It was easy to get it off. Growing up, 3 girls. If you're new to my channel, I have 2 other sisters, Dominique as well as Boone. They both have channels and I'll link that down below. But if we were to get our hair or nails done, it meant that our parents would pay for that 3 times, and most girls get their nails done every 2 weeks. They get their hair done probably every Saturday, all of that. My mom did do our hair growing up, so I'm not saying we walked around looking nappy headed. I graduated high school 2009. I think I started doing nails in 2010. My mom bought me like a kit and was like, here, try this. And I guess that's probably why I go out with my nails, just because I'm playing catch up for all the times my nails weren't done. Everything is unlimited when you do your own nails. Like, they charge for designs like 2 for $5, right? Ain't no 2 for $5 when you do your own nails. I'm designing every single one. My sisters were my guinea pigs and YouTube was my best friend. Looking back on it though, I'm honestly thankful for not getting my hair and nails done every week. Okay, I take that back, I did. It's just that my mom did my hair, not the beauty shop. But I'm thankful for that, just because otherwise I don't think I would be the girl that does it herself. I think I would just, like, you know, be paying to get it done. That helped me to build this character of, why pay for something you can learn to do for yourself? And if you've never noticed anything else about my channel, that's kind of what it's based around. I do my own hair, I do my own nails, and if it's something that I don't know how to do, I want to look it up on YouTube to find the relevant videos that will help me, then point myself in the direction of the tools that I need to get the job done, and with practice, of course, I'll eventually master it. Self-sufficient queen over here. Basically, you do your base coat, 2 coats of your polish of choice, and then your top coat. In between each step though, you want to make sure that you're allowing it to dry. If you follow me on Instagram, then you may have seen pictures all the way from 2011 up to now to show you all my journey. If you're on my Facebook page, or I think that album is public, so you probably won't even have to send a request, but you can definitely check out those pictures. And Boone was like, you used to not wear white toes. It used to match, Destiny. So she said this slogan, I always like to give credit where credit is due. If the toes don't match, send her back. So the toes matching for all 2020. I know what I said before, but I say a lot of things. And now I said, if the toes don't match, send her back. Hope you all enjoyed this video. All of the products are listed in the description box down below. There's a link to my Amazon store where you all can shop all of the nail items used in this video. Hands and feet, basically. Shopping list. You can basically add everything to your cart. Questions and comments, leave all of that down below. And as always, I thank you all so much for watching.